And hello to all my friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your singles and couples love tarot for all of the signs. I'm going to be using 4 of my tarot card decks and 2 Oracle Angel card decks that you see in front of you here. That way it allows me to go through this very fast at a fast pace. I shuffled them all ahead of time to save a bunch of time, so all we have to do is our ritual cuts and we can just roll right through it. This video specifically is going to be for 6 signs. You can see them in the text overlay right here. If you are not one of these signs, your video is going to be in the other video. I have to do 2 different videos because they get a little lengthy. So the description will have your video if you are not here, and if you are here, you can see what timestamp you can jump right ahead to yours. So let's get started. I'll waste no more time. All right, so Leo will be the first sign in this video. Going to be using this deck. I call it my bird deck, as well as this red Oracle Angel card deck. So I'm going to do the ritual cuts, which I always do. Satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot, then they're ready to run. Set that there. And the same thing with this deck. Split it into thirds, put it back together in a separate order. And they're ready to go. So here we go for Leo singles. Big theme there. And Leo couples. Also big themes. All right, let's get some more information. We have some blockages too. That side's good. This side I need to discard on. And they want it upright, so I will do that as they wish. Leave them in the same order. Very important to do that. And then I need an extra card for both sides. Like I said, big themes here for Leo this month, or at least these 10 days. All right, so for my Leo singles, the first thing they want to talk about is the Moon card. This is a card where it's just a very kind of a funky 10 days window here. I wouldn't do anything too wild as far as your love corner, you know, making decisions and partners and going out and dating and stuff like that. Probably not the best time to do that. These next 10 days with the Moon card coming in, it's very mysterious and weird and kind of just not very clear. Not very clear. They show an inaction in regards to this too, so that kind of just solidifies what I just said. I have the Knight of Wands inverted. That's what's coming up there. So they're just take things slow right now. This is not really the 10-day window to be making changes here for my single Leos. The other thing they show here is the kids. Very important to keep an eye on the kids. Also, childhood nostalgia comes up in that card. Also, I have to kind of give you both of those definitions there. So it's also has to do with maturity. So also, you know, good time to kind of like go back and reevaluate where you are with your love corner and how you got to this place that you are now with the people that are around you, because your love corner is not just your lover, obviously you're single, but your family and friends also come up here. So very important. And also hold high maturity. There may be immature people around you these next 10 days, and just don't let them pull you down to their level. Over here I have clean it up. So these next 10 days, they want you to use this window as an opportunity to straighten this up. And that kind of goes back to the contemplative part of what I was talking about, where it's a really good time to evaluate what's going on with the people that are in your love corner. Because, I mean, family members, yeah, to a point, they're kind of, you're stuck with them to a point. But your friends, you're totally not. You can completely mix and match the friends and the people you associate with very much how you want, with the exception of maybe work. Maybe you're stuck in a work situation with some people that you don't prefer, stuff like that. But that's what's coming up there for your love corner. So please keep those messages in mind, Leo. Next, we have Leo couples. First thing they want to talk about is the Justice card. This is some kind of legal type thing usually, and it's also the karmic definition. Since it's a love reading, usually they're not coming in and saying, hey, you got to be careful of traffic tickets or get speeding or, you know, court cases or legal agreements. That's what the Justice card is for a lot of the time. This is usually more of the karmic definition of the card, which is just it's your own karma right now. So everything is boomeranging back what you put out there. That's usually a good thing if you're living a good life, but bad stuff boomerangs back too. So this is very much like you getting back whatever you put into it. And it's paying high taxes or high dividends on your relationship. And for a lot of you, they're letting me know this is a very good thing. I have Serendipity card here, so very, very happy, and joyful time these next 10 days as well. So a lot of you have been doing very well with what you put out there, and they're showing that you're getting that back in the form of serendipity. Next over here we have the 8 of Wands. That's the fastest card in the deck. So a lot of things happening very fast. This could also be fast traveling news that comes in, something that you perhaps weren't expecting, something like that. It doesn't tell me if it's good or bad. It just tells me that it's fast. And then the last card that we have there for you is the Nine of Pentacles, another good card. This is usually marked by a big purchase of some form. This can also be spirit world connected to the physical realm, very good connection between the two, like high spirituality. But usually in a love reading, this usually has to do with a big purchase being made between a couple. And this is the couple side of the reading. So there we go. So there we go for Leo. Next up is Capricorn. Capricorn is next. Make a little bit of room. Okay. Capricorn singles. And Capricorn couples. Interestingly enough, every single card on both sides are blocked. I'm going to give them the chance. I'm going to do them individually. I usually don't do that, but I mean, we just pulled 7 cards in a row that are completely upside down and blocked. Normally, readers would just automatically revert these. I don't do that. I give them the choice, like, do you want me to read these inverted, or do you want me to switch them all up? So I'm going to ask them independently based on a discard. And singles, they want to leave alone, and couples, they want uprighted. So I will do that. And the positions need to stay the same. That's very important for tarot. So make sure I keep that all nice, prime, and proper. And then we're ready to read it. All right. Capricorn singles, the first thing they want to talk about is the 3. Also the blocked 3 of Pentacles, which is blocked. In this case, it's coming in inverted. It is blocked social health, getting out with friends, getting together with friends and family members. All that stuff comes in. It's coming in blocked. So perhaps this needs to be switched and opened up. Now, this could mean that you're doing this in excess. Like, also drinking can come up under that card, the 3 of Pentacles. But it can be one of 2 polarities. It's either that you're doing this in excess, you're doing too much of this, you're doing too much going out, hanging out with your friends too much, all that kind of stuff. Or it can mean the opposite. It can mean that you're being at home too much and you need that social interaction. You need that social health. So depending on where you are with that, Capricorn, that's the first thing they want to talk about. The next thing they show here is they want you to act out of strength and not weakness. I have the strength card inverted. That basically means weakness. They're saying that you have all the tools here. You don't need anything. You're not missing anything. You can really just roll with this whenever you want. As far as what you're trying to do with your single love life, they do show an inaction here next with your mindset or your decision making. So perhaps not the greatest time these next 10 days to be making major decisions, but at the same time, they want you to be strong. They want you to strengthen yourself up so that when this window of opportunity closes right around the 16th of December, you move into December 17th with a much more direct way of thinking, and that you kind of just have this together. This action is going to shift from an inaction into an action at that point. So nothing really bad, but just keep that in mind that this is just not the time. And that's also come up for other signs as well. So it's very much not a time for new single love type activities for a lot of the different signs, and not just Capricorn. As we move into Capricorn couples, first thing I want to talk about is a small success, a small victory. Very good to see. This can be represented in so many different ways. I don't even want to speculate what it is, but it's usually just something small. It's not huge, but small wins add up to big wins. So they're very relevant and very important. Over here I have 2 people. I have a king and a kid, a king and a page, usually an older person and a younger person, usually a generation gap between them, usually a male and a child. So something with them really taking charge here. So I don't know if this is something with the man in the relationship or the masculine figure in the relationship really taking charge and really kind of stepping up to the plate these next 10 days, really kind of being there for the kid or the children, and just really good things there. They show the Emperor card there, which is really taking great authority, taking control, and very good things to see there. So interesting messages all around for Capricorn. And now we move into Gemini. Make some room. Here we go. Gemini on this deck, then we switch. Gemini singles. And Gemini couples. Full flip. Okay. Got to do some discards here. We have a lot of blockages, so this needs to be upright. I will do so. And then this discard, that's going to be read the way it is. Here. Okay, now this has come up for other signs, Gemini. We're starting with Gemini singles. Now, my Gemini singles, this has come up for other signs, so it is not just you guys. This is very much a theme for a lot of my signs these next 10 days here in December. We start with the card of the World, so very much a completion card of getting things wrapped up these next 10 days in your love corner, which can expand out to family and friends. Good time to wrap up Christmas shopping or anything else going on with your family. Not a time to put things off. These next 10 days, they really want you to get things wrapped up. Very important. Next here we show the King of Cups. This is taking great authority in your love corner. So a lot of you are taking control of where you're at with your love corner. So even if it really feels like a lot of you are single and okay with that. It feels like this is just either not the time for you to change it, or you're just good with yourself where you're at right now, or you're not looking for anything too crazy at the moment. A change in the wind is coming. That's what Spirit wants me to let you guys know for my Gemini singles, that this is going to change and this is going to shift. So even if you are in a good spot now, that's very well to see. And, nothing bad to say about that, but get ready for changes. Changes are coming. I have the Death card here, so that is represented by complete change, complete renewal on a cellular level, just like physical death. When you go from, your soul, you basically become an eternal soul from a physical robot body machine. In the same way that happens, the Death card is how I read change. It's like a complete clean slate where not even a single cell is the same. So that's what they're talking about, this change in the wind. There are some major changes coming to my Geminis. I don't know when. I don't know if it's going to start right now. It's going to obviously be different frequency bandwidths here for different people. Like some of you are going to be closer to this than others, but this is huge, guys. Very, very large. So make sure you do a very good job of being in control of your love corner. You don't want to let other people control this, or this is going to change the other direction. So that's what we have there. Gemini couples is next. Gemini couples, they want to talk about being in it to win it, the hesitancy to leave and not giving up, really kind of sticking with it. So I don't know if this is the relationship or with another family member or sibling or even a close friend, really kind of sticking it out, sticking your neck out for them, in it to win it, not giving up. That's the energy, despite the fact that something here has been unsuccessful. We have an unsuccessful emotional tie-in. They're actually both emotional tie-ins, so very, very heavy on the feelings for Gemini couples. Just really, they're not giving me advice specifically here. They're more kind of talking about what's going on. So the best advice I can give you without their help is to just deal with things day by day. Don't let your emotional health affect your physical health. That's always good advice. And just kind of play it out these next 10 days. Obviously, the fact that you're in it to win it, hopefully this is a good in it to win it. It's not like you're sticking it out in a really abusive relationship. If that's the case, you don't want to be in it to win it. But if it's something good and worth fighting for, of course you do. So keep that in mind for my Gemini couples. Next up is Sagittarius, and that needs a deck change. So I will do that. We're going to ritual cut this deck and be underway with Sagittarius. Put it back together in a separate order and it's ready to go. Sagittarius singles and Sagittarius couples. First thing they want to talk about for Sagittarius singles is the Magician card inverted. This is basically saying that something is broken here, or at least it feels like it's broken. This card is a reminder that nothing is ever broken, even though it may feel that way. It may feel that a lot of you right now, a lot of you Sagittarius singles are just not ever going to find your person, or this is just like, this is just never going to line up. This is never going to happen. I'm just going to be by myself forever. Very much the type of vibe there, or at least a lot of you are thinking about soulmates. And soulmates is not just your relationship partner or finding one of those, but soulmates is vast. You can have a best friend that's a soulmate and definitely would come up in the love corner because your love corner is your friends and family also. So nothing is ever really broken. Keep that in mind. Some of you feel very isolated and abandoned and kind of out on your own, kind of like out in the cold is the energy. So we want to get that turned around. We want you to, for a lot of you, you're juggling two different things. For most of you, this is two different areas of your life. They say you do a decent job of balancing it, but it still comes up that you're going to need to continue to balance these two different areas of your life. So something needs adjustment in there. And really just, if I can get one thing through to my Sagittarius singles, is to just remember that nothing is broken here, and that this card can be turned around. And when it is, it's the opposite of being broken. It's really that you can make anything magical happen. It's the Magician card, and saying that the premier, like, manifesting power of the universe is yours. So as soon as you turn this thing around, you can really start kicking this in high gear. So that's what I have for Sagittarius singles, and I want to see you guys get there. Sagittarius couples, first thing they want to talk about is nurturing money. Nurturing money. A lot of Sagittarius couples are working on that, saving some money up. They say that it has been a war and chaos to get to this point. It has been very difficult, and now you're just kind of like enjoying it to a point, but you know there's still work to be done. It's a card of work and hard work and chaos, and a lot of turbulence and adversity and challenges, all that kind of stuff. So you're going to be nurturing through these next 10 days in that fashion. It's interesting that for a love spread, they wanted to talk about money, but that's very much on the mind of a lot of Sagittarius couples, clearly and evidently. So that's what I have there. As far as, navigating the storm, if you will, or the turbulence, really just, this is a short spread that we're working on. It's a short window. This energy is not going to stick around. This is, very, very fleeting information, and at the same time, it lets you know to buckle down these next 10 days. It lets you know that this is going to be an interesting time financially, and of course the holidays don't help with any of that. So there we have for Sagittarius. Next up is Scorpio. This deck. Scorpio singles and Scorpio couples. Big theme on the couple side. I need to do a discard. They want it upright, so I will do that. And I need one of those. Okay, Scorpio singles, we'll start with you. Scorpio singles is very much a time, these next 10 days, that are not very interesting. They want you to find something to get interested in. This perhaps is a little bit of a boring phase, or something is causing you discontent. Maybe you'd like to change and not be single. Maybe you wish things were a little different in your love corner. Your friends were a little different, or your family members were more helpful or beneficial to you, something like that. Now, right behind that, I have the Six of Wands. That's a very good small success, like a small little victory of some form. It's also getting things in order, and it's very regulated. It's an interesting message to come in on your love side, but keep in mind that I guess, first, find something to get interested in. They don't want you to get too bored or, lost in your own head, or in this case, lost in your own emotions, or letting me know Scorpio singles are very emotional these next 10 days. Keep that in mind, that really kind of almost be a little OCD with your love corner. Get things in order here. They want you to it's not like really a tidying effect. It's not like really clean it up. They didn't give me the clean it up card, but it's very orderly. So they want to make sure that you're lining things up the way that you want them to, so that we can keep getting more small victories, just like that guy right there. Next up is Scorpio couples. Big theme there. This is very much a time for my Scorpio couples of fate-driven things. This is momentum, things that are coming to you. We have new chapter of your life blooming. We also have the Empress card. It's a new birth, usually physical. For some of you, this could be high fertility notice there too. Very feminine time, very feminine. I mean, all things feminine really are coming in very, very good and clean right there. So keep that in mind, depending on what you're trying to do with your love corner for my Scorpio couples. We have building blocks, so a lot of you are building things up. You're working on things in little pieces. Little pieces, basically, you're building up this love corner of yours. So whether it's family, friend related, or just your relationship itself, you're building things, you're working on things these next 10 days, and it's less about your choices. This is just momentum stuff. It's very, very fate driven with the star card these next 10 days. So very good for Scorpio. And like I said, that next chapter for the Three of Wands, it's usually very exciting. A lot of you are already there, they're saying, but at the same time, new chapters are exciting, and I look at it like a book. It's like the next chapter in a book. Well, what is this chapter going to be about? Well, that's what you get to decide, and you get to write. Once we get through that fate part and get back to more of your free will and choices. Next up is Taurus. Taurus will be our last sign. We'll wrap up with Taurus. Taurus singles and Taurus couples. Got to do some discards. We do have a lot of blockages. This one's going to be uprighted, every single guy, every single card. And this one also uprighted. All right, Taurus singles, the first thing they show is the Ten of Cups. This should be the second greatest card in the deck, but they're saying that you feel a little bit off. You feel a little like, you know, something's just not right here. Right, in the Ten of Cups. Right behind that, we have the Sun card, which is actually the greatest card in the entire deck, golden energy. So things are going to get much improved. You just got to get outside of your own head. And for some of you, this is more of an emotional tie-in of, you know, things are actually really good and you don't feel like they are, or you need to get to a point where you can open your eyes more and see that things are actually really good here. For some of you, they're talking about a hesitancy to leave something behind. This is an emotional attachment for a lot of you, and you're just kind of like looking at this. In this case, it's a cup, but the guy's looking at the cup, and this could represent a person, this could represent a habit, or even an emotional attachment of different form. Could be like even your own limiting beliefs of what you're able to do or attract or anything like that. They show you looking at this where really Spirit is saying you just need to turn away and go the other way from whatever this is, whatever this cup is symbolizing, that this person is just sitting there and staring at. They want you to get up and walk away from it. So keep that in mind for my single Tauruses. And it gets really good too with that Sun card. So maybe that'll help give you the little oomph needed to get to that point where you can just turn your back on that, whatever it is. Move forward. For Taurus couples, they want to talk about apprenticeship, hard work. For a lot of you are working really hard on the relationship or the family. That comes up very strongly. Also making money comes up. Couples are very money motivated right now. Also expanding new love. This can come in a bunch of different ways, but it checks in very, very good. My Taurus couples you guys look fantastic right now. I really don't have a lot to say because it's so good when that happens, but it's a good time to do anything with in your love corner when we have that overflowing, just kind of like good vibe energy everywhere. So share it. You know, don't keep it all internalized to yourself. You know, share it with your family members and let them know how much you care and all that kind of stuff. It's just good. It's also good to move anywhere in your love corner to the next chapter. Good time to bump something up. They didn't come in and tell me a love step, but it's just great love these next 10 days. So like I said, not a lot to say when it's so good. So that's going to wrap up all of our signs here. I do want to thank you so much for joining me. Please remember to like and subscribe so you see the future videos. I do these on the 7th, the 17th, and the 27th of every single month. I will see you guys soon. Take care.